there, it's Marley and welcome to a brand new video. Today I'm going to be doing a what I eat in a day as a type 1 diabetic video. Of course, normally I make bookish content on this channel, Type 1 Reader, but occasionally I do videos about having type 1 diabetes ever since I was diagnosed back in 2021 when I was 24 years old. I have a playlist down below if you want to check out my other T1D content. But I feel like it's been a while since I did a video about my diabetes. I've done day in the life with me, week in the life with me, but I've never done an actual like what I eat in a day trend. So basically today I'll just vlog my day, show you guys what I eat as someone who has type 1 diabetes. And as a little bonus, something I've been doing for the past couple months is I've also been challenging myself to do a calorie deficit, eating around 1700 calories. So if that's something that doesn't interest you, that's okay. Feel free to leave the video, check out some of my other content. But if you're cool with that, that is just something else that I've been doing. And I will just speak on that for a moment. Doing calorie deficits not for everyone. It's something that I just wanted to challenge myself with, even though it obviously can be so overwhelming to have to count carbs constantly for every single thing that you eat. In the past, when I've tried to count calories, it's just been too overwhelming when I already have to deal with carbs so much. But I finally felt like I was in a place where I could take that on, and honestly I have been able to do it. It's been really beneficial for me to learn about how many calories are in food. I feel like I'm getting a lot more knowledgeable on it. I literally only used to know how many carbs are in things. I had no idea about the calories, and it's been really interesting to learn about that. There's so many things that are low carb, like meat and cheese, that I always thought were like good to eat because it's low carb, like this is easy to eat as a diabetic, but then you learn that those are actually pretty high calorie foods. So it's been an interesting experience. Anyways, it's about 9 a.m. I have been working for a little bit. It is a Monday, so I'll be working. I'm about to grab my coffee. What I've been doing recently is I've been having like lemon water every morning, some like warm lemon water, because I heard it's good for your digestive system to drink that in the morning. I ran out of lemons yesterday, so we're gonna be skipping that today, but just know that's usually a part of my routine. So I'm just gonna jump right into my coffee. I of course know that's not the best thing to do, having a coffee on an empty stomach, not eating protein in the morning. I know that those are things that you should do, but it's not something that I do. Let me know what your morning routine is. Also, my blood sugar is sitting at 6.4, which is pretty good. Oh, that's another thing I wanted to say about the calorie deficit. Not to harp on it too much, but just generally kind of eating less or eating healthier has done wonders for my blood sugar. My A1C has gone down quite a bit. I'm in range like 90 to 92% of the time, which is amazing. And so I'm just really happy with the result that I've had with my blood sugars while doing this kind of diet or challenge. So anyway, let's get my coffee. So normally when I have my coffee, I like to use one of those like 0 carb sweetener creamers, whatever, but there was none at the store, unfortunately. I do only buy the 0 sugar ones, so there was not at the store when I went last time. So I'm just gonna do a half and half cream. Of course it says there's 1 carb for 1 tablespoon, but normally I just drink this. I don't give any insulin or anything like that. And then I also will put a sweetener in. These are the ones that I have, Equal. Obviously there's different brands of 0 sugar, 0 calorie sweeteners. So I'm just gonna put this in, and of course we'll mix it up. I will see what effect it has on my blood sugars. Naturally, caffeine probably will, so maybe I'll have to give a correction a bit later in the morning, but normally I just don't really bolus or worry about my coffee. Alrighty, it is now noon, so I'm gonna prep for lunch. A lot of times I have a salad, and that's been obviously pretty helpful with the calorie deficit, but I don't feel like having one today. So I think I'm gonna do another classic that I make a lot of, like a piece of toast with cheese and tomato on it, and then my Greek yogurt bowl. So in terms of carb counting, it would be 15 carbs for the piece of toast. I don't normally count like the cheese or tomato. And then for our yogurt bowl, I normally count for about 10 carbs for the yogurt, and then another 15 for like the fruit that I add, the nuts, and the peanut butter that I add. So altogether, that's gonna be 40 carbs. My blood sugar is sitting at around 6.6, so the coffee didn't affect it at all today, which is nice. So I'm gonna take my PDM. I have the Omnipod Dash system. So I'm gonna enter my carbs 40, blood sugar 6.6, and with my settings, it's recommending 5 units. I think I'm gonna stick with that because yeah, I'll probably go for a walk a little bit after lunch, which should help with any spike that I might have. So we'll just go ahead and do that. Great. And then I'll kind of just prepare it, and that should take up time because of course we want to pre-bolus. So taking my insulin like 15 minutes before. I might wait a little bit actually, and then I'll prep and make my lunch. I seem to have made it back just in time. It started raining. My blood sugars did go up after lunch as expected. I put a couple extra strawberries on my yogurt that I didn't account for, so oops. But that walk seemed to have helped start to bring them down. A little bit of a grocery haul, nothing too exciting, but may as well show you since this is a what I eat in a day. So I got more coffee pods, Keurig pods for us because we were running low. I used up all the berries today for my yogurt, so now I got blackberries, which are on sale, and more strawberries. I got a few veggies because I think we're gonna do a stir fry later in the week. So mushrooms and broccoli. There was no zucchini at the grocery store. I don't know why my store isn't having such a shortage this summer of zucchini, but hopefully Dakota, my partner, can pick some up later this week. Got some more Marvel cheese because we're running low. And then I actually did find some zero sugar Delight International creamer, the French vanilla flavor, so they must have just stocked up. So I'm glad now I have this so I can have like a better flavored coffee than what I had today. And then I just got some bagged milk, 1%, because I was texting with Dakota. He's actually going to be here for dinner today. I didn't know if he was, but he seems to want for us to have hamburger helper, or he was going to say just hamburgers or hamburger helper, but I was like, whatever, we'll just do this because we have it. So not a super like nutritious meal for us to have, but it's actually not that high in calorie. And I mean, it's not the worst for carbs either. The main calorie thing would be the meat, the ground beef, but in terms of the actual package, for half the package, which is what I would have, so it's 60 carbs and 300 calories. So I feel like it's not too bad. And then of course you have to add milk to it, so that's why I got the milk. So that would up the calories and the carbs a bit, but I don't know, nothing too crazy. So that was my grocery haul for the day. Now I'll keep an eye on my blood sugars the rest of the afternoon. I have more work to do before I do my workout. So if it goes back up, I'll give a correction, but hopefully it'll stay pretty stable till I do my Pilates workout later today. Okay, it's 3:30. I am feeling a little bit peckish, so I think I'm gonna finish off my bag of popcorn, the Lesser Evil Himalayan pink salt popcorn. It's one of my favorite low carb snacks. Like 2 cups of it is I think like 10 carbs or something. So my blood sugar is still on the higher end, 9.8. So I took about 1.5 units of insulin. That's what it recommended me, and so I just kept it that way. Again, I am going to work out in probably like an hour, so that should help correct it even more if it needs it. But I do have a call for work in about half an hour. That was my bolus finishing. So I'll have this little snack, have my work call, and then I'll do my Pilates. I'm halfway through my Pilates workout with Nicole Fitness, Nicole Pilates, whatever. I think it's too hard for me. I think it's too hard. I'm like less than halfway. Here's my blood sugars immediately following the workout. Yeah, I think that level was too hard for me. I've tried to do it before and found it too hard. So I'll probably go back down to a slightly easier level. Hey, there's no use crying over spilled milk. Hello, checking in because I have eaten dinner. As you saw, I had hamburger helper. So for my carbs, it ended up being 75 carbs for the hamburger helper with the milk. And my blood sugars, I think they were like 6 point something still. So yeah, I did my bolus and I increased it a little bit more than what my Pump was recommending, just with it being pasta, more of like a dense carb. And then I also did extend my bolus a little bit as well. Again, that's just something that you should do with pasta, or that I do with pasta anyways. And now it is 7:30. We finished watching Wednesday. I'm hungry for dessert already. I feel like it'd be nice if I could wait a little bit longer, because this is probably going to be like the last thing I can have to stick within my calorie goal. But I think I'm going to have one of my favorite snacks, the Nature Valley protein bar, peanut butter dark chocolate. I'm obsessed with these. They're only 10 carbs, which is so nice to find snacks that are like around 10 carbs, just like the popcorn I had earlier. And then it's like 180 calories. So honestly, I eat one of these like every day. Luckily at my grocery store, they keep stocking them and putting them on sale. So I'm just like buying tons of boxes. But yeah, would highly recommend protein bars as a snack as a diabetic. I feel like some can be pretty expensive, but I don't know, I would recommend these if you come across them. So yeah, because of the calorie stuff, this will probably be the last thing that I eat, but let's just do a little bolus. So I still have my bolus that's extended from dinner, but you can do like another one on top of that. So I'll enter my carbs of 10, and then my blood sugars, I just checked them before I started the video, but now that the video is going, I can't see. I think I was at like 8. Because they started to go up. So it's only recommending 1.1 units of insulin. I'm honestly going to put it up to 2, just because, you know, we're still dealing with dinner a little bit as well, and I just don't want to deal with spiking. So we're going to do that and just see how it goes. It always makes that beeping when I have a bolus that's like already extended and then I'm doing another one. I also have 13 units left in my pump, and I have to change my pod tomorrow morning. So I'd like to use up as much of this insulin as I can, because whatever I don't use up will be wasted. So it probably will end up being pretty good. Like I'll probably have 5 units left, which is not too bad by the time it's tomorrow morning. So that's the update for now. As I said, I don't think I'll eat anything else, so the video is probably coming to a close soon, but I'll do one more wrap-up video maybe in a couple hours to see where my blood sugars are at with all of the food we've been throwing at it. All right, I'm here to sign off this what I eat in a day vlog. My blood sugars are at 7.8, so doing pretty decently overall. This was a pretty good day for my blood sugars, and I didn't even feel that hungry throughout the day either, so that is definitely a plus. Let me know down below any of your type 1 diabetes hacks, your favorite snacks, anything like that. And yeah, just thank you so much for watching. Be sure to subscribe for more type 1 diabetes content and a lot of bookish content. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you soon with a brand new video. Bye.